Hello, hello. This is Crazy Gaming. Today we're going to do another episode of Astro Colony, but we're going to be starting fresh. There were some things that I learned in the last day or two that is made me decide I want to start fresh. I kind of skipped over some things, and I want to do it in the fashion that it was meant to be done, so that I don't get ahead of myself and end up kind of getting stuck. So we're going to start a fresh episode today. And this must be, well, this is for the seed. This is where you can, I guess, set some things that would, in limited technology points, free construction, enable booster. I'm not going to do any of that. I just want to play the game the way it was meant to be played. I don't want to kind of cheat, at least not now. I can play around with that stuff after the game launch comes out. Anyways, let's go ahead and kick it and see how we do. All right, so here we go. Now, one thing I did learn is that you can put this guy to sleep, which is kind of nice, because sometimes he follows you around and makes you crazy. Welcome, Cosmo. I'm a bot. I have programmed to guide you in learning, blah, blah, blah. So we're going to go to the next one. Yeah. Toggle X for the jetpack. Next. Expand your space station. You will need to collect some basic resources, look around, find some asteroids, extract iron and copper. Okay, so let's hit X, and now we can stay up in the air. And we're going to use V to bring out our axe. These are things that we learned the last time we played, so that kind of stuff is not going to slow us down. And every time you hear that sound, that's that bot down there trying to tell me something. So let's go down and see what he wants. Expand your space station. You will need electric, so he's telling me the same thing. So basically, we're going to collect iron and copper. Okay, so expand. We've got the ore, extract 2 copper. So let's go down here and do that. Okay. Eventually we will have a booster pack that will make us go faster. Craft 2 iron bars. Alright, so let's go back down. Now it's time to turn materials into something more sophisticated. Open your inventory, enable the handcrafting recipe. See how items are automatically crafted. So we'll open I. We'll open this. And if we turn these on, they will begin crafting those items. I'm thinking that's complete, and check the oxygen meter in the bottom left corner. Okay, so the bottom left corner, that circular thing with the oxygen tank in the center of it is our oxygen. I don't know if it's hard for you to see or not, but let me see if I can move it so you can see it. Okay, so you can see that it's like water filling that circle, and there's a little gap from the top coming down. The gap from the top coming down is how much of the oxygen has expired. And that's what he's talking about. When the level reaches 0, your body will get injured and result in causing death. It is therefore extremely important to refill the oxygen as often as possible. Using ice inside oxygen generator is the quickest way to refill it. To build your first oxygen generator, you have to discover your first technology. Make sure that you collect enough basic science points by extracting asteroids. when you have at least 2 points, go to the T and unlock the first technology. So let's do this. Let's open T. Looks like we have basic science. We have 6 points. So let's click on that. Build your first oxygen generator using items crafted previously. Select device on the hotbar F1 number 1 or find it in the construction menu K. So F1 is the one we're on, so all we have to do is hit the number 1 button and it's going to afford us to do that. But unfortunately we don't have enough stuff yet, so let's hit the V button, which takes us out of the build menu. And if we open the K menu, we go to device, we can look at this and we can see what we need. So we need another iron bar. So we'll close this up and we will go find us some iron, and hopefully we will be able to go ahead and finish that. We're going to also need some carbon to run that thing, so we're just going to go ahead and mine this since we're right next to it. Alright, so let's see if we can make some more iron bars. We now have 3. Is that going to be enough? No. Is that copper? Maybe it's copper that we need. Alright. So let's go find some copper. And I'm pretty sure this is copper. There we go. It's easy to get disorientated here. Okay. Yeah. All right, so let's hit number 1. Now it's green. Now we can put it down. Okay, so where I want to put this is going to be back in these areas. I'm going to put them back in these areas. And that looks like a hatch on the ground right there. But I'm going to put it back in these areas so I'm not crowding the center of my build. Alright, so that's the end. If we rotate this, we can see that in the back is where the water and power is. So I'm going to put this like this, but I want to give myself some room back here. So I'm going to put it right. In fact, yeah, let's put it right here. Okay, so let's get back out of the build menu. Let's open this up by hitting E. And we're going to hit this to open our inventory. And we're going to add these so that it can run this thing. So now in the beginning, you don't need power. They designed it that way. So I can hit this. Oh, we need ice. Okay, so once we put some ice in here, then it will work. All right, so let's go find some ice. And those blue stones are, those blue asteroids are ice. So let's mine that. Now if we get close enough, your little circle will turn yellow, which means you don't have to climb all the way on it to mine it. Okay, so now we have some ice. Let's go do that. It's talking. I'm going to refill the oxygen right now, which will complete this. Put the ice in there. Boom. This doesn't go in here. Actually, I was wrong about that. That's for power. Okay, so now we should be able to refill our oxygen. And there we go. And no oxygen death on ours. Now it's telling me that we need to learn electricity. So we're going to open our T. Let's follow through with him. Let's build a carbon reactor. It's the simplest device that uses carbon for electricity. We'll hit T. And we're going to want to level this up. So we're going to click it. That learns us electricity. And now I believe in the F1 space 2, excuse me, will afford us to build this generator. And so we're going to place this right next to the other, and we're going to rotate it. Powers to the back, and we're going to come back here and we're going to look. And we're going to set this up right here. Okay, so he's telling me something again. I'm going to hit the V to go out of build mode. To activate the carbon reactor, press modify E, put some carbon through the deposit items in the menu. So that's what we were hanging on. That's what the carbon's for. So we're going to come over here. We're going to hit this. And we are going to hit this. Now we're going to put the carbon in this one. Okay, so now it's powered. And now it's going to tell us to provide electricity to your devices, you need electric cables made out of copper wire. You can handcraft them directly in your inventory. So we're going to go back to our inventory. We're going to open this up. And now because we did the electricity, it's gave us a new menu, a new blueprint for this. So we need to craft some of these. And so to do that, well, these are locked. So I guess it didn't open it up for us. So let's get out of here. Let's open up T. And let's see what we need to do. Handcrafting wire. So we'll do that one next. Now let's check our inventory and see if we can actually do those now. And now we could do those. So what we're going to want to do is move this bar here to here. And we're going to want to go mine some copper. So let's go get some copper. Get some more. Now you can travel out away from... Whoa, let's turn around. I wasn't paying attention. Actually, we need to refresh our oxygen, and that's going to be one of the important things about this. And I mean, I know some of you watched the first video I did on this game, and I'm redoing it now. So it's probably kind of boring to you because you already know all this stuff. But in case I've picked up some new watchers that haven't watched it before, I'm going to hit E, and I'm going to refill my oxygen. And now we are out of ice, so we need to go mine some ice before we do anything else. So we got a couple of them right here. Let's get those really quick. Now it's yellow. I don't have to keep moving towards it. I can just do it from back here. It seems to work a little better this way. Then you can ride up on top of it and try and avoid it and not get bumped by it and whatnot. All right, let's go throw these in there. I keep hitting the boost button. Because I'm a nincompoop. All right, let's do this. Let's throw these in there. Now let's see if we can't fill this thing all the way up. Okay, so now it's all full. All right, so we're going to have to remember to refresh that often and to keep mining ice to fill it, refill it. So we'll get a little more. We'll go down and get that copper as soon as we're done getting this ice. And now we'll drop down. And we'll go hit these coppers right here. All right, let's head back. Pick up another copper here. Or is that gold? This might be gold. Nope, it's copper. And this, I think, might have some iron in it. Nope, this has gold and ice. A lot of gold, actually. Okay. Let's see what this one is. That is gold. There's some iron. Either way, we're earning basic science points by doing this. Okay. Let's get a little more ice on our way back up. Don't hit the thing. All right. So let's go ahead and put some stuff here. Keep that filled up. We'll refresh. Okay, so we got plenty of wire now. So now I'm going to open up the K, which is the build menu. I go to utilities because that's where it's showing the power signal. I'm going to go up here and it says electric cable. I'm going to click on that. And then we're going to run power from this to this. Now, I'm not going to try to get fancy. I'm just going to connect them right here because that's all that we need right now. And we'll worry about how we're going to do the wiring. Now, I did the wiring up in the sky around all my stuff, and I'm going to try not to do that this time. This time I'm going to try to break the tiles out, run it down through the bottom of the floor, and put it underneath. But for a short run like that, we don't need to do any of that. Now I'm going to hit the V to get out of the build menu, and I'm going to look to this guy and see what he says. He's not saying much of anything. And I don't see any missions. So let's open up T. And let's try the water. That seems to be the next on the list. And that's got him excited, and now he's talking again. Okay, so it says, with newly discovered water technology, you can start collecting water. Build an icebreaker to process the ice. Okay, so we're going to look down on our bar. I can't tell. I don't see it on this bar. Oh, yes, I do. Okay, so it's on the F1 bar all the way in the last spot, which is 8. So we're going to do 8. And we are short. We need, it's either 4 copper. I think it's copper. So let's do, because we were making all that wire automatically, it didn't make any bars. So let's get out of that menu. And let's open up our inventory, because now we're going to have to stop it from making wire, so it'll just make the bars. So we're going to open this up. I'm going to go ahead and shut that off. And it will just make the copper bars now. So now all we have to do is go mine some copper. Before we leave, let's refill our oxygen. Okay, and now let's go find some copper. There's some right here. Look at that. It's going to bust. Kind of saw that one coming. So let's see if we can mine this. Okay, so I'm gonna put this guy to sleep so he stops doing this, because that noise becomes really faint. So how you do that is you get close to him, you hit the F. Now he'll stop following me around and trying to give me the same message over and over and over. As soon as I'm done with my mining, and then I'll wake him up. Then I'll make the icebreaker. So I'm looking for copper. Okay, so it looks like there's some up here. We need some more over here. I think this is copper. No, this is gold. Oh, there's a little copper in there. Alright, I see another one over here. So let's head down and see if we can go get that one. And then we can make the bar. Now when we go back, we'll check on our power producer and make sure he's doing all right and doesn't need more carbon. Well, oxygen. Let's check this guy. Yeah, he's doing fine. That thing uses hardly anything, so next we will open up the menu to see if we can build that thing. I think we can, so let's turn this guy back on so he doesn't miss out. And it's E to wake him up. So this thing is water technology. So I'm going to put the water technology on the other side of this because it's going to connect here. So to do that, we'll hit the number 8 key, I believe. Okay. So one side's electric and one side's water. So what we're going to do this time, because this is going to throw us off a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and turn this with the water here and the electric in the front. This has a feed window as well. So actually, I think what we'll do is we'll rotate it this way. We will put the water on the side of the oxygenating machine. Power is going to be over here far to the left, and then the window can be fed out front. So let's make sure it's in line with the other stuff. And I want to leave some space between us because we've got to put a water tank down eventually. All right, so let's build it. And this window would afford us to, this entry right here will afford us to feed ice automatically to this thing. Okay, so we have power there. Now I'm going to hit my Q button and see if we can remove this square here. Let's see. That is delete. Can't remove object. Missing destruction technology. Okay, so I can't do that. So we're just going to have to suck it up. Let's get out of that menu and let's go to the K menu. Let's get the wire going and we will power it this way. And we're going to have to build up. For now, we can come back to this and change it later. Up, we don't have enough copper wire. Okay, so this guy is going to talk to me about storing water in water cells, and that's those, they're like boxes, and you connect them with water pipes. Okay, so we can't do that right now because we don't have that technology yet. So I'm going to go put this guy back to sleep again. Otherwise he'll make me crazy. We will get out of build mode and we will figure out what we need to do to make some wire. So let's go to inventory. Open this up. And how many bars do we have? We have 5 bars. So let's go ahead and make Make 4 wire. And that should be enough to get us. And when it's done making that 4, it'll automatically turn off. And that should afford us to make enough. That should be enough wire to get us powered. Because basically what we're going to do is come up here. I'm going to move over this way. Maybe not. We're going to make it. Okay, so now that's got power. Now, I don't know. I might should have went higher. Let me look. I don't know whether I can get that pipe wrapped around there. I might. Okay, so now we have to figure out how to do the pipe. And so we're going to get out of the build mode. We're going to open the construction menu. And we're going to look for the water pipes. Okay, so here's the water pipe. And we can't make those. And so let's open up the T. See if there was something that we need to do. Water transportation. This is what we need to learn next. So we'll hit this. That should give us the ability to make the pipes. Open K. And now we can make the pipes. And it takes the other type of wire to make that. So we open this up. And we will put in here, we will make 3. We probably won't need that many, but we'll give it a shot anyway. And then we'll turn this on. And that should make the pipes for us, or the wire for us, so we can make the pipes. Alright, so let's close this down, because it's a very short space that it has to travel. So we'll open up K. We will hit this. We'll go here. Here. Up. We may need a 4th one. We are going to need a 4th one. There we go. So now we got that going. So now all we have to do is put ice in here, and it will begin to teleport that stuff. We're going to get out of the build mode. And the next thing we want to do is open up our inventory. Or no, actually we're going to open up build mode. And we want to make a couple of these. And so these are made with iron ingots. So we'll just go like this. And we're going to put... Do we want to build them back here? I think we'll build them back here if we can. Let's see how many we can get in there. We can get like 3 or 4 in here, I think. We'll be changing this later on anyway. So we'll go, but for now we'll go 1, 2, and that's all we can make. Now, if you'll notice, the pipe automatically connected to it right there. And what that's going to do is when this thing goes to move water over to the oxygen machine, it will fill these containers right here with water. And so what you can do is build like a reservoir to keep it from running out. So for right now, let's go get some ice. We'll come down, over, and let's get some ice from this. We can put them in the ice machine and you can the icebreaker, and then you can see how it works. Is there any more close by? I'm not seeing any. But there's one right there. Let's see if we can get it to let us mine it before it crashes into something. Okay, so we got a little bit. Let's stick it in here. And we'll go like that. It's firing up, as you can see, and it is making water. Now it will feed that water over to this machine. See how it lit up? And what it's going to do is stow the water in these oxygen tanks. It's making these oxygen tanks, which means it will be easier, and we won't have to keep feeding ice into this machine now. We can just put it in here. All right, so he's back on. Bravo, you learned a lot here. Now progress in colony development. Progress in colony development. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and hit T. And crafting plate destruction. I want that. That's going to come in really handy because we'll be able to change our minds on stuff. Without this, we won't be able to do that. And this takes, it's free, so it doesn't cost anything. So we're going to do that. And he's going to say his thing to us or whatever it is. With destruction technology, you can destroy every station, component, and device. Recyclables will be stored in your inventory until you decide to recycle. Okay, so that'll happen later on. We will probably end up breaking down stuff, you know, 1 or 2 times, maybe 3 or 4 times before we get the technology to recycle. And what it'll do is it'll store it in a recycling storage area that's not a part of our inventory. So you can't access them or whatever unless you're doing a recycle. Then you can access them to put them into the recycling thing, and it will give you some materials back for recycling. Okay, so now that we were done with that, let's go ahead and open T again. Handcrafting plate, booster, smelting, asteroid catching. So let's go ahead and start with this with the asteroid catching. Because with the asteroid catchers, we'll be able to begin feeding machines, automating machines, like feeding ice to this and whatnot. So, and feeding the carbon to the power machine. Which, let's check that. It seems to be doing okay. It looks like we need some oxygen. So let's go ahead and fill our oxygen up. Alright, so what is this guy saying now? Asteroid Catcher is an efficient way to attract and process asteroids. Yeah, okay. Alright, so let's see if we have that on our bar. And we do. It's in the number 5 position. I'm sure we can't build it. We need 5 iron bars to do that. So we'll hit V to get out of the build menu. And we will begin mining some iron ore so that we can make this. Get and we're going to mine a bunch of this before we start making it, because we're going to want to at least make 4 right off the bat. So we just need to take our time and mine some iron ore. So what I'll do is I'll go mine all the iron ore, and when I'm done, we'll get back on. Okay, we're back. We got a bunch of ore, and we are ready to see about building these. Okay, so there it's on the bar, and it's in position number 6. Oh, that's not it. Let's get out of that. Let's see, what position's that at? Oh, it's in number 5. Okay, so each one of these has a area that has a laser that disintegrates the ore inside, breaks it down, and then on the side, if you look to the right side of this thing up on the top, you'll see that little half moon shaped whatever it is. That's actually where the gun is. So whatever side you have that facing is where it's going to be doing its catching. All right, so all of these have 2 doors that go out on one side or the other, and then this electric symbol, of course, is electricity. So we want to set this up so that we can be as productive as possible. And so I'm going to locate that thing. So you really got to have the power. I really wanted the power to be the outside edge, because I don't think I can destruct anything in the inside. So we're going to leave this one this way. So it's going to be looking that way. So the next one that I set up, I want to try and do it so it's doing it different. I need to rotate that to get the power to the outside. Let's do it again. Okay. So I don't know if this is going to work or not. So we'll just give it a shot and see what happens. Okay, so those guns are facing that way. So maybe if we're lucky, these ones will be facing the other way. And it is. And then this one will be looking back over the first one that we put down. So let's get it back up here. Okay, so we now have 4 of them. Let's hit V, get out of the build menu. Okay, so it's telling me to use the cannon to aim and shoot and grab the things, but these need power, all of them. So we need to run power over here. And this is what I was talking about. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come back over here. I'm going to hit Q. I'm going to highlight that tile. Then I'm going to hit delete. And then I'm going to go here again, and I'm going to hit Q again. And I'm going to hit delete again. And now we have a hole. So what we can do is come over here. Ooh, I don't know if it'll let me destroy this because it's in the black. Hopefully it will. And we are going to make a hole here. We're going to hit delete. And then we come back here again, highlight it, delete, and now we have a hole. So now we have a way to tie in the wiring. So what I'm going to do now is escape by hitting V into the mining mode, and then I'm going to hit K, bring up our menu for the wiring, and I'm going to go underneath right here. I'm going to pull up here, and I'm going to go in here, and I'm going to see if I can connect the wiring right there. And I did. So now we know the hole is here for this one. So I'm going to stick this here. And then I'm going to want to move this way to get it in line with this one. Actually, let's do this. Let's connect to this one. And then we're going to run it back this way to about there. And we're going to connect to this one, and we're going to run it right over. Oops, not down. We want to run it sideways. There we go. Did we run out of stuff? Let's try doing it this way. Yes, we did. Okay, so we need some more copper for the wiring. But once this is connected up through the hole, this not connected. Doesn't look like it is. Anyways, once it's connected up through the hole, that'll power all of these, because then all I have to do is run power over to this one, run power over to this one underneath, of course, run power over to this one, and then run power over to this one. And they'll all be connected. And that way we keep it clean up on top, and we don't have to deal with wires being in the way and whatnot. So let's go mine some more copper, or let's see if we can make some more copper wire. So we're going to hit I. Okay, so we can. We have 20 wires there. And so let's turn all of those into copper wire. So we have plenty, because every time we build a machine, we're going to need to run power to it. So we're going to need a lot of that wire. Okay, so let's go down here and see, make sure that we connect these. Okay, so now it's connected. And then let's come over here and let's connect these. Are they off? Yeah. We're going to have to hit Q. Delete. All right, so now we want to go back to our wire. Let's make sure we get this right this time. And then let's connect these two. Okay, so now the machine, one machine has the wiring. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back up on top and I'm going to punch a hole through each spot where these are. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to hit Q and I'm going to highlight it and then I'm going to hit delete and I'm going to hit that again, hit delete. There's a hole there. Okay, so now we'll come to the next one over here and we will do the same thing. Highlight, delete, highlight, delete. Come over here to this one, same thing. Highlight, delete, highlight, delete. Okay, and then now so all of them are done. So now I can go ahead and get out of this, go back to this, go underneath, run over here, and I can connect this one here, hit it again, that one's connected. I'll do the same thing to each one of these. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is run a connection between this one. Make sure we get this right. And we're going to bring it out to here. Then we're going to connect these two. Then we're going to run from that one over to this one. Connect that. And connect that one. And then we're going to take this one and we're going to run from here over to that one. And so now all of these should be connected up. Okay, we'll hit V to get out of the build menu. They're still showing they need power and everything needs power, and that's because I bet this is out of carbon. So let's hit E. Sure enough, let's put some carbon in there. Everything should have power now. Maybe not. What's the problem here? We'll check all our connections, make sure everything is connected. Okay, so they're not connected up on top. I see now. So we're going to go ahead and hit K. Hit our power thing. And we're going to go around and connect all these. I didn't know that they hadn't reached up and connected. That's all right. That's a quick fix. And so we should be good to go. So let's get out of the build menu. Okay, so they now all have power. So let's jump them. Let's work from this left side and go ahead and hit F to enter the gun. And we'll make this one do, say, we'll have this one do carbon. And so I pull the carbon that went inside, and I can pull one up here that'll be on standby. I hit Q, and it takes me out of that mode. Now I'm going to move over to this next one. I'm going to enter it. And this one will do, let's have it do, what do you call it? Iron. So we'll do this one. We'll do this one. We'll hit Q and exit. And then we'll move to this one. We'll have this one do copper. F. We'll grab that one. Once it's inside, I'll go to the next one and I'll grab this one. Pull it inside, and then it will be doing its thing. Hit Q to exit. Then we'll go around to the last one over here. Hit F to enter, and this one will do ice. We'll hit Q to exit. So these are all now making materials for us. So now that we've got those running, let's go see our little robot guy. He's probably going nuts over here. Is he asleep? So let's hit F to E to wake him up, and then we can see what he says. You use recycling machine to collect resources back. Remember that more expensive devices restore only 80% of the cost. Okay. And see, this is in the first version that I did of this game the other day. You know, this is where I varied from protocol. I didn't do that. I didn't feel like I needed that right at the time. So I didn't do that. This one I'm trying to follow and do what they tell me to do. What it's telling me to do. So I'm going to go to T. And I got to find where the recycling stuff is. This is recycling. So I'm going to hit recycling. Now that's going to afford me to build the machine, the recycling machine. We'll close that. And then we will open up the K build menu. And we're going to go to device. And there's the oxygen generator. Now over here is the recycling machine. So as you can see, we're going to need 3 copper bars. We used all our copper bars, so I'm going to go out and mine some real quick. Take my hot flash. We'll hit V. There's some right here. And we'll hit a couple of these, and then we'll go check the machine to see what it's got. Because now, as you can see, a lot of these are no longer doing anything inside or out. You have to stay on top of these things. But I want to check which one would we do copper with. I think it was, no, that was ice. Check this one. Now it has 5 ore of copper in it, so that's going to help us. What I'm going to need to do now is hit this and then get it activated again. I'm going to have to do that for each one of these machines. This one's ice. Now if I can't get any ice in range, I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time here trying to mess with it. If that happens, I will just grab whatever convenient. I'll grab this and I'll grab this. And I will exit, but I know this is my ice machine. This one was the, I think, carbon. Let's go F. I think that's carbon. Let's pull it in and see. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Yeah, I think that's carbon. I could be wrong. It could be iron. That looks like carbon right there, moving right there. Okay, so I got a failure. And the reason that I died is because I forgot to do my oxygen. So that's how important it is to remember to do that. And it's very easy to forget. So let me look in my inventory to see if I still have the copper. We need to make sure we have the wire off because it's just going to keep making wire. And that's what it was doing. So we have to remember to do that as well. So our oxygen is low, so let's go over here. Let's fill it back up. Okay, so our oxygen is filled back up. And now slowly the little dash, light blue dashes that run the outside of the circle are starting to fill back up. All right, so where were we at? We're over here. And we were looking for carbon, I believe. Let's pull that in. I jump out of that one. This one, I believe, is iron. I'm going to go in here. I'm going to look and see if we can find any iron somewhere. Anywhere, maybe. That looks like iron right there. We'll grab that. And I don't know if that could be iron back there or not. Let me take a quick look around. I think that's iron right there. Alright, so you don't even have to stay with the machine. You can get off and go do your thing. This one is no longer doing anything. This is the copper. Let's grab that. Jump off. Okay, so now I'm going to connect back in here. There's some more copper in here. I'm going to grab that. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to check and see what's in this one. I'm going to grab these. I'm going to run over here and put some more of the carbon in there that I collected. And I'm going to go over here and now I'm not going to do it there. I'm going to do it over here. I'm going to hit E and I'm going to put the ice in here. There we go. And as you can see, these tanks are starting to fill with water in the bottom. Well, maybe not. They had some water in them. Yeah, you can see it now. You can kind of see it in the bottom sloshing around in there. But so this guy's going to bug me about the recycling thing till he makes me nuts. So we'll just go ahead and put him to sleep. All right, so we got that going on. So now let's see where we're at on copper bars. We have 2, and that's a long ways from where we need to be. So let's go back over to the copper section. And he's got 7 more, so that's going to help. All right, so we'll get back on him, and we'll see if we can load up some copper. Looks like there's no copper in our view right now. So we'll get the next best thing. We'll grab some iron just so we can keep it going. Now we'll exit. We'll go over to the ice. Oops. There's nothing. F. Is there any ice? Nope. There's some. So we'll grab that. Do I see any more anywhere? There's one coming into review here in just a second. Sorry about that. And let's get that. All right, so we can move on to the next one. The next one is going to be the actual iron one. F. I'm going to look around. See if we can get that iron when it comes into, maybe? Doesn't look like it's moving very much. We'll grab that. And we'll look over here and see if there's something else we can use. There's some right there. We'll grab this one. I think that's ice, but I'm not sure. Could be iron. It's probably a mix. All right, so that one's going. Let's do this one. This one was ice, I believe. And it can get confusing. It doesn't really matter. Because our next goal, my next goal for this is to, I'm going to build conveyor belt that runs all the way around the exterior of this. So all the stuff that these things are collecting, we'll dump it out on this belt. And then we'll focus everything from this point straight across, or from over here. Let me see, where am I at? Okay. So we'll bring it out here. And then we'll run it straight across here, and then we will run it right here, right in front of these machines, and whatever else machines we add. And then we can put pushers to go ahead and force those into these machines by whatever material it needs, like ice over there to that one. We can skip, we don't need to load anything in that one, and then we can put carbon in this one, and then we'll have some other things we can add over here. All right, so being that all said and done, our next thing to do is to build a recycling machine. Let's see if we've got enough material to do that yet. Now that's not going to be on F1. Let's see if it's on F2, and it is, and it's in the number 7 position. And so no, we don't have enough materials. We still need 3 iron or copper. So let's hit V to get out of the build menu. Let's open I. And why aren't we, it says we have 6 here. So let's see. That says we have 6 of these. And see, here's the recycling things. All right, so I don't understand for sure. Let's hit 7 again anyway. It says we need 3. Let's rotate this thing. I'm going to put it in here like this. I don't get it. We have the copper. Same, we don't have any. That's weird. So that may be a fluke. Let's kind of skip ahead. Let's go ahead and hit the T button. And I know I said I wasn't going to do that, but I can't figure out why it's not working. Handcrafting plate. And that's what we need to make the conveyor belts. And the conveyor belts are going to be here in the logistics, but we need, let's say how many points we need. But it's not going to let us do that till we complete these, so we'll hit this, then we'll hit the logistics, and now we have the ability to do belts. Okay, so let's go ahead to the build menu, and we're going to go to paths, and this is this, and to do that we need to make those plates. And so in our inventory menu, if we open up the blueprint section, now we see that we have this, and to make those you need iron bars, and we have 4, and I don't want to start building these till we have more than that, so we need to mine some iron. And so we have been doing that on these machines, and so we're going to go over here. This is the one that was collecting the iron. We have 16. That's great. We'll collect everything in there, and we'll collect everything out of here, and we'll go over here and we'll collect everything out of here. And we'll go over and collect everything out of here. Okay, so let's go put that stuff where it needs to go. This needs carbon, so let's give it, that's a nice little chunk of carbon. Let's put us up to 40 on that one. Let's go put some ice in this. It's now feeding the water to this machine, and let's redo our oxygen. Okay, so let's start with this one. This one is the carbon. Can we do the carbon? There's one right there. And let's see, is there another one in proximity? I think that one's the one right there. Sometimes when you can't scan them, you press the button, and it'll kind of pull them to you. It'll help grab them from when they're way out there. So it's kind of a guess thing. See, it's kind of moving it this way now. And when it gets close enough, I left click my mouse, and now it's green, and now I can hit it again with my I can right click it, and then hit it again with my left click and bring it to us. So that one, it already had finished the other. Let's see. There's one. Let's grab that. And then we will exit. And we'll move over to the iron one. F. We'll look for some iron. There's some right in front of us right here. Boom. There's another one right there. Boom. Done. Now we'll move over to the copper. Hit F. And we'll grab the copper we see right there. And then when it goes inside, we'll grab the other copper up there. Okay, done. Now we'll go over to the ice one. F. Ah, there's an ice right there. We can't get it. But there's one right there. We'll grab it. And then we'll grab that one. Done. Alright, so how are we doing on iron bars and what? Inventory. Now we have 22 iron bars. We really need more copper bars, but let's check. Let's hit 7. Let's see if this thing's It's still not ready to be built. I don't get it. Maybe it's gold. I could be wrong. Maybe it's gold. So let's go ahead and escape, hitting B. And then let's look at our inventory and let's see. We can't smelt gold bars yet. We have no recipe for that. So we have 15 gold. So how can we do this? And I don't think we can. I think it's going to be, we're going to have to hit T. And I think the ability to smelt gold comes with either engineering or something else. And let's go this way and see if we can see what it says anything about gold. Scanning, construction needs a smelter is what we need, I bet. We have not done that yet. I don't even see the smelter. It should be here somewhere. That's going to be for the laboratory. Ooh, we want that. That's going to save us from having to fetch oxygen every 10 minutes. Alright, so this is hydrogen. We're not really ready for that. This is the logic blocks. These are going to come in handy, so we'll do that. Construction, scanning, engines. Where is the smelter at? Manufacturing, solar, foundations. We missed it. So, let's go ahead and do this one too. So at least we're caught up all the way to this point. Handcrafting plate, destruction, smelting. It's right here. So we need to build a smelter. Then we'll be able to do the gold. Now, telling us about the oxygen barrier. So let's hit A and let's look in our device deal. And this is the oxygen barrier. It says we need 2. Is that gold as well? Where is our smelter at? There is the smelter. And look at that. We can make it. So let's get the smelter built so we can quite possibly. This is odd. So that's the in, that's the out. So let's rotate this. Let's rotate it again. And again. See, it's all going the wrong way. So maybe we might want to put this somewhere else. Let's just rotate it again. Well, nope. We put it there. Yeah, let's just put it here. Let's make sure we got enough space here. And we'll just put it there. So we'll hit V to move out of the build menu. We're going to go ahead and hit Q. And we don't really need to do that. It's too close. And so what we're going to do is hit K. We're going to go to utilities. We're going to hit our wire. Put one here, and one there. So now we have power. We'll hit V to get out of that menu. And let's look at this and see what it does. It will do gold. So let's add our gold over there. And it is making gold bars. So we need 4 of them to build those 2 items. 3, 4. So let's get those. We'll let it finish making those. We don't really need any more right now. But let's go to 7. Now we can build it. So it was gold. Okay, so this is going to be the recycler. And we're going to want to rotate it this way. Yep, we're going to rotate it again. We want the power at the back. We can put it on this pad right here, I guess. We want, but I say we put this up and over here. Now, how bad is that going to look? It's going to kind of be out of line. I didn't really want it to be out of line because I want it to fit. So we're just going to be stuck with it the way it is. Alright, so we're going to leave that space. We'll have it there. Power's in the back. I'm going to need to make a second space. See? Yeah, it's going to have to be what it is. Wow, that did not work out. Q. Remove. Delete. Sad as that is, we just can't leave it that way. So, we have to figure out something else for that. That's going to need to be built somewhere else. What we can do is build it like, say, right here, maybe. I don't know if we have the materials to still build that, but we'll push 7. We don't. Because now we're missing two gold bars. So let's hit V. Let's go over here. Let's see if he's done doing the gold bars. Take those. Come back over here. Hit 7. Okay, so now we got it back. That's not it. What the heck is that? Recycling machine. It is it. Okay. So, okay, there we go. Alright, so I think what we should do is put this maybe look at the back. So maybe we should put this right here, like this. Call it good. Okay. So I'm going to hit V, get out of the build menu. I'm going to hit K, pick up our wire so we can connect power to this thing. And now this one we're going to go under. So what I'm going to do now is go Q. Let's do it like this. Let's go V. I'm going to hit Q. We will hit that, delete, hit that again, delete. Now we have the hole. So we come back over here, hit that, delete, hit that again, and now we have the hole there. Now we will go back to K, hit our wire, come on down. We didn't even need to do that. And then we will, are we out of wire? I think we are. Okay, so we'll come back up. Hit B, hit inventory. And we will go over here. I think we shut off the ability for it to do that. So we'll turn that back on so it can make some wire for us. While it's making wire, let's go collect some of our stuff and get our machines going again. This is the carbon one, I believe. Let's collect this stuff. Hit F. See any carbon here anywhere? There's one right there. There's another one out there a little ways. Hit my right mouse button. Now I'll hit my left mouse button and it'll drag it right in where it needs to be. Now it's set. Hit F. This one is the iron, so I'm going to grab that one. Then we're going to grab that one. We're going to hit Q. Now we're going to hit E because we didn't collect it before. We'll collect that iron. There we go. Come over here, we'll hit E. Collect the copper. Hit F. Is that going to come into my range there? Thinking it is. Maybe. Okay. And then we need one more if we can find it. There's one right there. Hit Q. Move over to the ice. Hit E. Take that stuff. Hit F. Grab that ice. And I'm not seeing any more ice, period, anywhere. I see it up top, but I can't get to it. Oh, wait a second. Nope. Can't get to it. I'm not waiting around for all that. So we'll just grab this. All good. Alright, so now let's see where we're at on our copper wires. Take that. So we got plenty. So before we do this, let's go in here. Let's shut that down for a bit. And then let's go back over here. Close. Grab the wire. Alright, so let's go down here, go underneath. And then we'll connect this wire here. And then where's the other one at? It is right here. We'll connect that one. Connect another one. And then we will run this over. Hopefully meet that. And there we go. Now that's all hot. Okay. Now we just need to connect it to the machine. And we are good. Okay, so we built the recycler. What's this guy saying now? Make sure that the newly built oxygen barrier covers the maximum area of space. Okay, so that's what it wants us to do next. Before we do that, let's hit this. Let's put... Nope, we don't want those. That's inventory. Where's our recycling at? There's the recycling, so we'll put all this stuff in recycling. And it will make stuff with that. Alright, so now we need to do this oxygen machine. So let's hit K. Let's go to device. And let's see what we need for that. We need one more gold bar, I think. So what we're going to do is going to have to go find some gold. Somewhere. And we may not find any. That's one down there, I think. Let's go down. I believe that's gold right there. Jeez, we're almost out of oxygen. Yeah, I think maybe we better go back up and do our oxygen first. Yeah, I heard you the first time. Okay, so let's get some oxygen real quick. Put some more ice in here. All right. Oh wait, we're not full yet. Okay, so we're full now. All right. Now let's see if we can find some gold. Gotta be some in here. In this pack of stuff. That looks like copper. That's definitely copper. This one might have some gold in it. Copper. Okay, let's go up. What about this one? The gold one is the one that has gold in it's really light colored. Check our inventory. Nope. Well, that really kind of blows. Because I know gold is rare. But in the beginning we were getting a bunch of it, but just not enough. So let's go check our machines. Sometimes they will pick up gold. Because sometimes copper, the copper ones will have gold mixed in with them. So let's get this guy up here. And then let's put him to sleep. Okay. Nope, no gold here. Any carbon. Let's see. I'm not seeing any more carbon. I'm way out there. Let's just grab this. Call it good. This one is iron. That's not iron. This is it's passed us by. There we go. This is copper. Easy peasy. And this one is ice. All right. So still no gold. Let's check this one. Nope. Let's go check our machines. Make sure the electric machine has what it needs. Whoa, he's about to run out. Let's put that in there. Okay. So it looks like we're going to be stuck because of the gold situation. But we'll call this one the second episode where we had to start from scratch. But I want to do it this way. I wanted to do it this way because I was kind of in a lurch, and because I played a little bit after I filmed the last episode, the first episode of the game, and I realized that if I just started from scratch, it would be a lot easier for me. So I'm going to be way more organized where I put everything and put more thought into it and stuff, and hopefully things will work out a little better. Anyways, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. It'll help me out. Also, if you want to know when the next vid's going to drop, hit that bell and you'll get a notification. Appreciate you watching. If you have any comments or suggestions, don't hesitate to let them be known in the comment section. I respond to anybody who makes a comment or makes a suggestion or even criticism. It's all good. Appreciate you. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye now.